Right, I have been looking, which seems like forever, for another set of rods. I have just joined another syndicate water, which is relatively small to what I'm used to. It's about 6, 7 acres roughly, something like that. And my current rods are well overgunned, to be honest. They are my custom Century C2s, and they're 3 3/4 pound test screws, which is an absolute animal of a rod. And I didn't need something with that amount of power for this new water. And I could not find anything really that sort of struck my eye, that sort of stood out from the rest. Most of the rods look the same old, same old. I have picked up a set of rods today, and one, I couldn't believe the price of them, and two, I couldn't believe the amount of effort that they've put into them on the fixtures and fittings, and also how incredibly light they are. Now, these rods, as I said, retail at various prices. I've seen them sort of 60, nearly 70 quid, right the way through to just over £90, depending on where you look. Now, I picked up a set of these for a little over, actually, I'll tell you the price a little bit later, but let's get down to the rod. These are the Shimano TX1-As. Now, as I said, these are the 12-foot, £3 test curves of a 50mm high standoff ring. It's a matte black finish right the way through. You've got some really nice green whipping, so at the bottom section, and you've got the Shimano logo. You've got a full rod length duplon handle, and it's slightly flared. I don't know if you can pick that up at the bottom. And then you've got the Shimano logo butt cap. Shimano DPS reel seat, which is a really good quality reel seat. I cannot believe, I keep saying it because I can't believe it myself, I come out of that shop feeling like I robbed the place, to be honest. The fixtures and fittings on these I would put in par with any other, to be honest, some of the top end rods out there. Now, some people are going to go, oh, that's a load of rubbish, but I've owned, and I still own, you know, a high class rod, if you want to call it that. And I've had a few rods in my time, from Harrison's, the Accurix, the Torexes, and now I've moved over to Century. I've got their flagship C2s, which I had all custom made with 3/4 corks, and the Alps reel seats, etc., titanium rings, you name it, you know, it's on that rod. And I spent an awful lot of money. I look back on it now and I'm thinking I must have been off me rocker to have all that work done. But they are a one of the kind. You won't find another rod like them. But I spent an awful lot of money on those rods, and as I said, I've picked up a set of these for the amount of money. As I said, I felt like I'd robbed the place, but I picked up a set of 3 today for £151.70. Why they charged me the 70p, I don't know, but they did. They probably thought I was mad. It was like, you know, try to run over to the car park really quickly to drive off. But, you know, I did feel like I'd robbed them a little bit. But as I said, really shocked with the build quality of them. They are incredibly light as well. Some of the rods in this price range, they're ridiculously heavy. The fixtures and fittings, they're not bad, but they're not great either. These are absolutely brilliant. The fixtures and fittings on them are A1, and I couldn't fault them. And I thought, at that price, I've got to have them. I've really got to have them for that price. Whether I've just felt lucky, I don't know. Black Friday is just round the corner. They were doing deals on them, and other rods, you know, in this sort of price bracket. But for me, I'm going to go for Shimano every time, to be honest. I've got the Shimano Technium reels. They'll look really nice, you know, coupled with these. As I said, the water I've just joined is only small. I don't need you know, an animal of a rod. These are going to be obviously more than capable to land 40s, and there is 40-pounders in that lake. So yeah, for the amount of money that I've paid for a set, you can find some blinding bargains out there if only you shop about. And I have been shopping about for quite a while. I haven't rushed into it. I could have just gone out and bought a set of, I don't know, could get a set of Sonics, which, to be honest, they're a fantastic rod. The reviews on some of the Sonics have been absolutely blinding. You know, they sell thousands of units of them. And to be fair, I don't think there's been many people that have had any sort of real issues with them. But for me, these were another level up from the Sonics that are in this sort of price bracket. As I said, I've seen them as much as, you know, sort of 90 odd quid, nearly £100 each. Maybe I just fell lucky. As I said, £151.70 was more than enough to say I'll take them. So if you are in the market for another set of rods that really isn't going to break the bank, whether it's for another water or whether you are in the market for these to be your main set of rods, you will not be disappointed, I promise you that. As I said, the fixtures and fittings are absolutely fantastic. They're all the same. I've seen other rods and the sort of butt eyes are not level, and it's not really what you want as a consumer. You wouldn't be happy buying a set of 3 of those, having them on your, you know, on your pod, and the you know, the butt eyes are not level. It's really not the one. We're all tackle tarts, all got to look nice. These certainly look the business, to be honest. They look more expensive than what they actually are, and maybe Shimano have done it for that reason. You know, as I said, it's high modulus carbon as well. It's not, they haven't scrimped on absolutely anything on this rod. And as I said, I was shocked. Maybe, as I said, I just felt lucky. I did feel like I robbed the place. But as I said, if you're in the market, check out these TX1-As. You will not be disappointed. They also do a 9-foot version as well. So for you guys that just want a rod for stalking, maybe, but they come with 40mm rings. They don't come with the 50s. And I think the 12-foot 2 3/4, they come with 40mm ringing. But from the £3 upwards, they come with 50s. So for me, it wasn't a big issue. If they came with 40s, I would still have bought them. I don't really think 50mm ringing makes an awful lot of difference in your casting, to be honest. Not with rods like this. As I said, my Century C2s, they got 40mm high standoff rings, K series guides, and I can outcast some guys that have got 50mm ringing. So to me, I think it's a bit of a myth, but maybe I'm wrong as well there. But there we go. It's just my personal opinion. But as I said, if you're in the market for another set of rods, whether it be, you know, a secondary set, or whether it be your main set, check out these TX1-As. These are the 12-foot £3 models. They're all the same. They've all got green whipping, etc. They're absolutely identical. Check them out. I'm sure you will not be disappointed. Cheers, guys.